Everybody, this is Steven with Junior Achievement of North Florida, here with another program called JA It's My Business. As a reminder, here with Junior Achievement, we focus on three things for inspiring students. It's financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and also work readiness. So this is our entrepreneurship program for our middle school students, and we are really excited to have you today because our very first lesson is all about entrepreneurs. So students, really think about what you know about entrepreneurs. Do you know the definition? Do you know anybody that is an entrepreneur, or your parents or any loved ones are entrepreneurs? So here's the specific definition. An entrepreneur is someone who starts a business with the intention of earning a profit. Once again, someone who starts a business with the intention of earning a profit. Now, there are so many different entrepreneurs in the world today. We're actually going to focus on a few of them, but right now I want to focus on one of them. This person, he is Jeff Bezos. Who do you think Jeff Bezos is, and what company do you think he started? You probably have used his company, or someone you know has used his company, because it is called Amazon. Amazon.com is the specific company that Jeff Bezos started in 1994. So I'm going to show you a few slides just about how wide of an impact Amazon has on our economy, on our world, everywhere. So like it says on the slide, Amazon accounts for about half of every dollar spent online in the United States. It sells more than 500 million products, but it is so much more than just e-commerce. It is everywhere. So, like I said before, Jeff Bezos founded Amazon in 1994, actually inside of his garage. He sold the first book out of his garage a year later. In 2005, Amazon Prime launched, offering free 2-day shipping for a yearly fee. The company then released the Kindle e-reader in 2007. In 2008, it acquired the audiobook company Audible. And it even went after comics as well, purchasing the digital comic book site Comixology in 2014. Today, Amazon controls over 80% of the e-book market, and now has expanded into brick and mortar bookstores, just like Borders or Barnes & Noble. Shoe retailer Zappos was picked up for $1.2 billion in 2009. Amazon purchased Diapers.com for $545 million in 2011, only to shut it down 6 years later. Today, the company makes its own products, including cables, food, batteries, suits, and the top electronics sold on the website are made by Amazon, so crafty marketing on their end. More Amazon Echoes have sold than any other home voice assistant. Users can buy products and play music by asking Alexa. And then there's the entertainment industry. In 1998, Amazon entered the market with the purchase of movie database imdb.com. Now the company creates original content, including Oscar-winning films. By 2020, this year, Amazon is expected to spend $8 billion on original content. Amazon Web Services launched in 2006, and today it is the top provider of cloud computing. Each time you watch Netflix, like Stranger Things, Amazon is powering it. Here are other Amazon customers: Yelp, regarding food, Lyft, Airbnb, Slack, and it's even in the gaming industry with the purchase of Twitch in 2014. And with 5 billion Prime packages shipped globally in 2017, the company is now investing in its own ships and also planes. This is including building a $1.5 billion air freight hub in Kentucky. It doesn't stop there. The company rents out warehouse space to other sellers and even owns the Kiva robotic workers in its warehouse. So after Amazon purchased Kiva, it stopped selling them to competitors like Walgreens, Staples, and The Gap. These robots are effectively replacing workers from organizing and taking products off of the shelves. And Amazon is now into food, buying Whole Foods for $13.7 billion in 2017. Now you can buy Kindle, Echo, and Fire TV in Whole Foods. Amazon opened its first autonomous grocery store in Seattle called Amazon Go, and now has its eye on healthcare, selling commercial dental equipment. The company has since outgrown its Seattle headquarters, and they are expanding to other headquarters in Virginia as well. So Amazon has grown exponentially since 1994 when Jeff Bezos sold some books out of his garage. You can see how this entrepreneur, Jeff Bezos is an entrepreneur. He had this small little idea and how it's grown so much, affecting so many people's lives today. What words would you use to describe Jeff Bezos as an entrepreneur? I mean, he was really smart, innovative. He was obviously passionate about starting his own business. So there's a lot of different characteristics about Jeff Bezos that a lot of other entrepreneurs have as well. So we have this example here of Jeff Bezos being an extremely successful entrepreneur, having this multi-billion-dollar business that is affecting so many companies and people like you and me. We have obviously Jeff Bezos as the entrepreneur, and he created this business called Amazon.com that provides both a product and also a service. So let's go over those definitions real quick. I mean, we have this word called business. This is a company or organization that sells products or provides services to customers. So the example obviously is Amazon.com, and they provide a product. This is a physical item created to be used, such as a car or scissors. In Amazon's case, they provide the Amazon Echo, and then they also provide Amazon Kindle. These are actual physical items that are products for the general public. And then, of course, we also have a service. Now, service is something useful offered for sale, like cell phone service or a haircut. In Amazon's regard, they provide a service for 2-day shipping for their Amazon Prime. Another example is when you get your car serviced. So these are services that one company provides. So we have gone over the example of Jeff Bezos, but I kind of want to go further into some other examples and the companies that they have actually created as well. So this is going to be super fun. This is called Entrepreneur Matchup. And so how this game is played is that I'm going to provide you 3 clues about a specific person / company. And you're going to have some options at the bottom of the screen where you can actually choose them from. And after these clues are provided, you have the opportunity to actually guess what company they are representing. So here we go. Hopefully you can get it after these clues. So clue number 1, from a young age, he loved the outdoors and was an avid rock climber. Moving on to clue number 2. To save money, he started making his own climbing tools, then began selling them out of the back of his car. And then clue number 3, on a trip to Scotland, he purchased some rugby shirts and resold them with great success. So those are your 3 clues. We have Khan Academy, Tom's, Patagonia, Tyra Beauty, and Zuma. What do we think is this company? It kind of sounds a little bit more outdoorsy. So the correct answer is Patagonia. So today, Yvon Chouinard's company Patagonia is well known for its wide selection of outdoor clothing and its environmental activism. All right, here we go for for person number 2. She created the prototype of her product by cutting the feet off a pair of pantyhose. She went to North Carolina, the location of most of America's hosiery mills, to present her idea. She was turned away by every industry representative. And in 2000, her product was featured on Oprah Winfrey's talk show. Sales exploded, reaching $4 million in the first year and then $10 million in the second year. So think of it from these 5 options at the bottom of our screen. What do we think it is? The correct answer is Spanx. So Sarah Blakely is the founder and owner of Spanx. She says her next goal is to design the world's most comfortable high-heeled shoes. All right, here we go for our next one. She was ranked as the world's #1 singles player in women's tennis 3 times. Her fashion line made its debut at the 2012 New York Fashion Week and was modeled by athletes. And 3, she has said of herself, "I'm this overachiever type. I'll just work and work, and I'll just do it over and over and over again." What is this company? It is 11. In 2007, Venus Williams launched her own clothing line, 11, which offers stylish athletic wear for women. Venus has said, "I love fashion, and the idea that I'm using my design to actually create clothing and footwear is a dream come true for me." Next company. As a young model, she learned about cosmetics by watching makeup artists on photo shoots. She was the first woman of African American descent to be featured on the covers of GQ and Sports Illustrated. And clue number 3, she became a model, talk show host, actress, author, singer, and businesswoman. From our options below on the screen, what do we think is the correct company? The answer is Tyra Beauty. So Tyra Banks founded the cosmetic brand Tyra Beauty after she enrolled in the owner/president management program at Harvard Business School. In 2016, Banks accepted a position as a personal branding guest lecturer at Stanford University. Here's our next company. His mother taught him how to sew and supported him by allowing her house to be taken over to grow his clothing business. He began selling handmade hats, popular in hip-hop culture, on New York City street corners. Last one, after he was turned down by 27 banks for a loan, his mother used the last of their money to take out a newspaper advertisement so they could complete an order for a Las Vegas fashion trade show. This is FUBU. Damon John is a serial entrepreneur with interests in fashion, entertainment, and hospitality. His brand FUBU, For Us By Us, earned over $6 billion in global sales in 2016. Wow, that is a lot of money. Here's our next company. When he was 16 years old, he forgot to bring music to the exercise class he was teaching. To teach the exercise class, he had to improvise using a tape of Latin songs instead. Today, his classes are taught in more than 180 countries. From the options below, what do you think it is? The correct answer is Zumba. So Alberto Beto Perez is a Colombian dancer and choreographer. In 2006, Perez established Zumba Fitness LLC, which now employs several hundred instructors. Some 15 million people worldwide dance and exercise to the lively music in Zumba classes. After moving to the United States to attend college, his first business was importing feta cheese from his family's dairy farm in Turkey. Clue number 2. With no prior experience, he toured an 84-year-old closed yogurt factory and bought it the next day against the advice of his lawyer and advisor. Clue number 3, within 2 years, he began manufacturing a thick style of yogurt similar to what he had enjoyed as a child in Turkey. The correct answer is Chobani. So by 2012, Hamadi Ulukaya's Chobani was the world's leading yogurt brand. In 2016, he announced to his employees that he was giving them 10% of the company's shares. Chobani is valued at between $3 billion and $5 billion. Here's our final 3 companies to choose from. She began her career as a skater, competing at the 1968 U.S. Figure Skating Championships. When she failed to make the U.S. Olympic team, she entered the fashion industry. She was hired to be an editor at Vogue immediately upon graduation from college, making her the youngest editor at the magazine. After 17 years, she resigned from Vogue and became an independent bridal wear designer. She opened her first bridal shop in New York. This person is Vera Wang. Now, she has made wedding gowns for celebrities, evening gowns for red carpet events, and costumes for figure skaters. She has expanded her brand to include home decorating and men's tuxedos. Our final 2 companies. He was inspired to create his business when tutoring his teenage cousin in algebra using the internet. As the demand for tutoring services grew, he decided to make his videos watchable on the internet and posted them on YouTube. In 2010, he received $1.5 million from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to grow his business. Of those 2 options, what do you think it is? The correct answer, Khan Academy. Salman Khan's Khan Academy offers free online videos in more than 36 languages to anyone who wants to learn. All right, our final organization. This will be pretty easy to select from. Clue number 1, he was inspired while traveling in Argentina, where he met children unable to afford shoes. Today, for every pair of shoes it sells, his company donates a pair of shoes to a child in need. And our final clue, his company has donated more than 75 million pairs of new shoes to children around the world. This company, of course, is Tom's. Blake McCoskey started Shoes for a Better Tomorrow, shortened to Tom's, in 2006. 5 years later, Tom's expanded to include eyeglasses in its 1-for-1 offering. For every pair of sunglasses purchased, sight-saving medical treatment, prescription glasses, or surgery is donated to a person in need. So this entrepreneur matchup has exposed us to some amazing thinkers, some innovators, overall, obviously just entrepreneurs. Here are obviously just a few of the examples that we have on this slide. And wow, what are some characteristics that these entrepreneurs share? Obviously, they have different industries, different abilities, but I think we can all agree that all of these business people, they had grit, they had determination, they obviously all kind of experienced some type of hardship they had to push through. And so, but they were also really passionate about what they were really promoting and the company that they wanted to create. So think about your characteristics. What do you have that possibly some entrepreneurs now have as well? How can you possibly develop those? So here's our next activity that we are going to be doing. It's going to be focusing really on the specific characteristics that entrepreneurship share. So let me go ahead and drag my screen up to the top so you can actually see everything. So we have these descriptions on the bottom in the orange, and then we also have these boxes that are a characteristic. So we have self-confident, self-motivated, team player, and innovative. So these are just some characteristics of entrepreneurs. And then at the bottom are some descriptions. So we have believes in success, finds new ways of doing things, works well with others, and then takes action without being asked. So let's see which ones actually match up with the varying characteristics. So take a few seconds to yourself, process which ones match. You've had a few seconds now. Let's think about each one. We have believes in success. Let's process that one. That sounds like they might be a little bit confident in what they are selling. We have finds new ways of doing something, doing things. That sounds innovative, works well with others. Obviously, that's a team player, and then takes action without being asked. Sounds like self-motivated. Let's see if we got him correct. We were correct. So we have the matching description with the matching characteristic. Let's do page number 2 with these entrepreneurial characteristics. We have persistent, persuasive, passionate, and risk taker with the descriptions at the bottom. Willing to balance risk with possible gains. I think we can go ahead and decide that it has the word risk. So that means that they are a risk taker. Attracts partners and then also customers. Maybe that sounds like they are persuasive. Believes the product or service can make a difference, that they're passionate about the specific product, and then overcome setbacks. It means that they're persistent. We nailed it, y'all. So we matched the specific description with the characteristic of these entrepreneurial characteristics. Now, what I want you to also know is that there is something called a social entrepreneur. It's a little bit different, as the same basis, the same DNA as an entrepreneur, but it's a little bit different. So someone who sees a need in a society or community and passionately pursues a solution using entrepreneurial thinking and sound business practices. So who from our entrepreneurial matching game is a social entrepreneur? We have their pictures right here. Let's see if you actually remember them. We first have Blake McCoskey of Tom's, and then we have Salman Khan from Khan Academy. So what we know about Tom's is that they make a donation for every pair of shoes that you purchase. Another pair is given to a child in need. And then Khan Academy offers free online educational programs on so many different subjects. So they obviously care about the community, and they use their entrepreneurial ideas, these innovative ways to help out. So let's specifically focus on these social entrepreneurs and the characteristics that they have, along with the other characteristics they've had in the previous slides. So we have charitable, socially responsible, and then also community oriented. At the bottom, our descriptions are values and understands the community being served, believes that a business should provide benefits to society, and then also helps those in need. I think we can first focus on the charitable, where they are helping those in need. And then we have believes that a business should provide benefits to society, means that they are socially responsible, helping out those who are around them. And then last is values and understands the community being served. That is community oriented. Let's check to make sure that we are correct. We nailed it. Way to go, y'all. We actually were able to match the description with the matching characteristic. So my question to you students is, which entrepreneurial characteristics do you have? And then also, which ones would you like to develop? We have it on the screen to the right. We have self-confident, self-motivated, team player, innovative, persistent, persuasive, passionate, risk taker, charitable, socially responsible, and also community oriented. So those are a lot of entrepreneurial characteristics that many entrepreneurs share. But as a middle school student, that also means you can start to develop and maybe you already have some of these characteristics into you. So which ones do you already know that you have? Also, which ones would you actually like to develop as you grow older and possibly start your very own business? Students, I really want you to have an opportunity to kind of see what you are good at, what characteristics that you have. So I'm going to show you a screen. And so this is the Entrepreneurial Characteristics Inventory. This document can be specifically found on our website, www.janfl.org. Once again, www.janfl.org underneath our middle school resources. And this is really providing you an opportunity to take an inventory on your personal skills and your abilities and what you like to do. What's great about this document is that you can actually fill it out yourself. You don't have to print it out. You can save it on your computer. So as you can see, I can write out my very first name, Stephen Burslem. It's very small, as you can tell. But here you can see, and I can walk through it, is where we have the various characteristics. We have self-confident. And it says that I believe my ideas are good even if others disagree. So you can actually play around with the various buttons and see if they match up with your various characteristics that you already have. Let me pull back my PowerPoint up. Once again, that that specific document is found on www.janfl.org. And so as we wrap up, students, let's think about the relationship between an entrepreneur, a business, and also a business's products and also services. How we have an entrepreneur, they create a business. This could be from something that they are passionate about, know that they can actually help others or provide a service to others. And so this business, they provide products and services. And then how are entrepreneurs and social entrepreneurs similar? And then how are they also different? I mean, they both have entrepreneurial characteristics. They have similar interests, but social entrepreneurs, they're also interested in fixing problems inside of their community or inside of the world. And then consider things you can do this week to develop your entrepreneurial and social entrepreneurial characteristics. Think about some ideas of how to actually create your very own company. There are so many examples of middle school students, elementary students, high school students who have actually made a profit, who have made money based on their various ideas, and they started a company. Students, I've had so much fun learning with you today about lesson number 1, all about entrepreneurs. And remember, you too can be an entrepreneur. Thank you so much for listening on lesson 1 of JA is My Business. Keep on listening for lesson number 2. See ya.